Stop.
Hi, Todd Drevich again with Hockey Techniques, and I know we keep asking you to do all this off-ice shooting and stick handling and passing, and one of the biggest complaints is it's boring. And you're right, it is boring. Hard work is boring. But today what we figured we'd go over is some accuracy and give you a couple of games that'll make it a little bit more fun, especially if you have a partner. If you don't have a partner, you can still challenge yourself. Now, I am going to show you multiple different games, but I want to make note of the fact that while you're doing the shooting competitions, make sure you are practicing all the different shots. And you can also do different types of shots, as in our other videos. Maybe you're going to do a wrist shot that's off the wrong foot. Maybe you're working on your backhands, a traditional. Maybe you're working on pull-and snap shots or slap shots. So change up which shot you're using while you're doing the accuracy. Okay, the first game we're going to do is we're going to be working on around the world. If you have a net and if you have a shooter tutor, this will be an easy game to be able to do. We have a shooter tutor. Ours is slightly different than the traditional one. A traditional shooter tutor will have 2 top corners and 2 bottom corners. This one, as you can see, the bottom left corner is slightly elevated as if you're shooting it over the pad. All right, around the world, you would decide with your partner. You would start with, say, your bottom right-hand corner. Once you get the bottom right, you move to the top right, top left, and then what would be the bottom left. If you're a more advanced shooter, then maybe you want to add the 5-hole in there. Once you get all the way around, then you got to reverse direction, come all the way back. Whichever player can actually get around the world and back first is the winner. And as I said, if you're by yourself, you can see how many shots it takes you to get around the world and back, and then you should see improvement as you're doing this. So there's a little bit of a challenge. We'll watch Tim and Kevin take a couple shots to see how they can do. Okay, this is around the world. We've already done a rotation. Jennifer has the lead. She's on the upper left corner. Kevin is only on the upper right corner. Kevin is shooting. Now Jennifer just scored in the upper left corner, so what that would mean in this game is she would get to shoot again. It's not Kevin's turn yet. She gets to shoot until she misses, so she would have been moving on to the bottom left corner until she misses, and then Kevin would go. However, instead of keeping the game going, we're going to go on to the next fun drill. You're asking, what happens if I don't have a shooter tutor? Well, this is something that we used to do on the ice when we were playing college and pro hockey. You had a little extra time. A couple players would get together on an empty net, and we would play a game called post. Post is pretty much the same thing. Just obviously, we just have 3 places to shoot. So the post would be, we would be aiming for the right post. As soon as you hit the right post, you hit the crossbar. As soon as you hit the crossbar, you hit the left post, and then you gotta reverse your direction. Whichever player can go all the way over and back first is the winner. The game of post has already begun, and Kevin has the lead. He is now aiming for the left post, and Jennifer is still on crossbar. Much like in basketball, we can play a game of horse. And with horse, it's a little bit of fun because you get to challenge your opponent. You get to make up different types of shots. So you can move the location of the board so it's further away, closer, different types of shots. But basically, if, say, Kevin chooses top right corner and makes it, then Tim has to make it. If Tim doesn't make it, he gets a letter. You can make whatever word you want. Instead of horse, we can make it hockey. If Kevin misses, then Timothy would be able to shoot, and then he could choose any corner he wants. If, for say, he wants to go just like in basketball, no post, then he can just hit a corner clean. If he wants to try to hit a, say, bar down, then he can actually call crossbar down, and the other opponent would have to duplicate whatever he does.
I'm gonna do slap shot glove.
I am going snapshot bar down.
Bar down.
Top right.
No, that hit blue. It hit blue first.
That counts. Jennifer, top two.
Top right.
I win.
Another game you can play, and this is whether you have a net or you don't have a net. If you don't have a net, then you may be just shooting at an obstacle, a wall. I also have a couple of barrels that we use for stick handling and passing, but we can also shoot. First of all, you can just put a barrel on the side and you can change locations and see how many shots you can hit in the barrel or in a hole as if it was on the net, and try to hit it accurately. Now, once I do that, you can also add a cone, whether on the side of the barrel, or you can add a cone on the top of the barrel. It doesn't have to be a cone. It could be something that you're okay and your parents are okay with you shooting at, and then whoever can knock the cone off the barrel first wins. And thanks again for watching our segment on shooting accuracy. Hopefully these games will make it a little bit more interesting for you to shoot some bucks, and you'll see some improvement for yourself. And that's how you do it.